How's it going, everyone? This is Boots with Snapkeep Arcade, back with another Singleton deck guide. This episode we'll be talking about a very powerful, flavorful deck for House Dimir. This blue-black control deck plays some of the strongest creatures in Standard and provides answers for all your opponent's threats, clearing the way for your finishers and even frequently finishing off your opponent with their own creatures. Let's start with the deck's creatures and win conditions. House Dimir plays Dream Eater, Doom Whisperer, Tetzimoc Primal Death, and Nezahal Primal Tide. These four creatures either provide built-in card advantage, removal, or both. Even if your opponents kill these creatures, a vast majority of the time you'll get value out of them. But if you play the deck right, you'll have countered and killed all their threats that they'll run out of gas before posing any threat to these incredible creatures. House Dimir also plays a Nightveil Predator, Hostage Taker, Thief of Sanity, and Mnemonic Betrayal. Nightveil Predator is very powerful in the deck. It's a great counter to hexproof creatures like Vinemare and Carnage Tyrant, and does a great job on defense while you work towards inevitability. Hostage Taker and Thief of Sanity are great sources of card advantage, and in Hostage Taker's case, removal. This deck frequently wins by beating your opponent with their own threats, and one of the most powerful cards to accomplish this is Mnemonic Betrayal. The incredible casting animation aside, this card gives you access to tons of cards, including your opponent's best threats. Just make sure to cast this card late game when you have enough mana to dump into casting your opponent's creatures. We also run a Watcher in the Mist for good defense, Surveil, and let's face it, flavor. So how do we stay alive long enough to cast our win conditions? House Dimir runs an extensive suite of counters, removal, and hand disruption to halt your opponent's plan and deprive them of resources. We have 4 hard counters in Cancel, Wizard's Retort, Sinister Sabotage, and Devious Cover-Up. These counters are pretty straightforward, but I want to give an honorable mention to Devious Cover-Up. The ability to return 4 cards from your graveyard to your library is extremely relevant in the deck. The best targets are usually removal and counterspells in your graveyard, effectively increasing the number of tools you have to reach inevitability. Conditional counters include Syncopate, Essence Scatter, Negate, and Hornswoggle. Hornswoggle has been great in this deck, allowing you to get a treasure token and ramp into your higher costed spells. We also run a Mission Briefing and Spell Swindle. Spell Swindle is an extremely powerful card because of the amount of treasure tokens you can create. With cards like Galta being played heavily in the format, you can ramp in a huge way with this card. And remember, you get the tokens even if the spell it's countering is uncounterable. I've cast this on a Carnage Tyrant many times just to get the treasure tokens. Mission Briefing is a very good card in this deck and helps get whatever answer you need in a pinch. We also run a Disdainful Stroke. As for removal, we run Cast Down, Murder, Price of Fame, and Vraska's Contempt. Price of Fame's legendary clause is very relevant in the format, and its ability to surveil helps you dig for exactly what you need when you need it. Vraska's Contempt is just one of the most efficient removal spells in the format and should be included in almost every black-based Singleton deck. We also run an Eldest Reborn, Entrancing Melody, Ritual of Soot, and River's Rebuke. The Eldest Reborn and Entrancing Melody play into the deck's theme of beating your opponent with their own threats. Between the two cards, they provide removal, hand disruption, and swing the board in your favor. Ritual of Soot and River's Rebuke are the premier board wipes for the deck. We only run one creature with converted mana cost 3 or less, so Ritual of Soot isn't going to hurt us very often. Because this deck needs answers to aggro decks, Ritual of Soot is a crucial card to the list. River's Rebuke is also a great answer to slowing your opponent or temporarily dealing with hexproof creatures on your opponent's side. We also run a Thought Erasure and a Disinformation Campaign for early card advantage and hand disruption. This deck, like all control decks, requires a good amount of card draw to operate efficiently. Notion Rain, Discovery and Dispersal, and Chemister's Insight help us find the answers we need when we need them, and the jumpstart on Chemister's Insight is extremely powerful. But there's really nothing better than being able to play a Search for Azcanta on turn 2. This card is one of the most powerful cards in Arena, and there are very few blue decks that don't want to play it. We also run a Dimir Locket for card draw and a little ramp. As for land, we run a Submerged Boneyard, a Dimir Guildgate, a Watery Grave, a Drowned Catacomb, a Field of Ruin, as well as 11 islands and 9 swamps. House Dimir is an incredible deck, and I've included footage from this past weekend's stream that you don't want to miss. Some of the best games of Singleton I've ever played are coming up, so make sure to keep watching until the end of the video. Before we get to the gameplay, make sure to subscribe to Snapkeep Arcade and hit that bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. This has been Boots with Snapkeep Arcade. Thanks for watching. Alright, so hopefully he doesn't cast anything too crazy here. Yeah, shouldn't. I'm fine with the 2-drop or whatever. Perfect. So we have quite a few options here. Vraska's Contempt, draw cards, counter any big creature he plays. Alright, we'll let him get those elves. Okay, let's go ahead and cast this. Some cards. Guildgate out. We're essentially in the same position here. I think we're in a pretty good place. Sounds great. So I think we Chemister's Insight here. I feel like we can discard the Negate. I don't know how many non-creature spells he's gonna have in his deck. So we'll go ahead and play Watcher in the Mist here. I feel like we can pitch Thief of Sanity, but I want more removal, so I'm going to keep the cast down on top. So yeah, he's searching for land, and he's not really finding it. Okay, so that is frustrating. That's going to be difficult for us to deal with, but not entirely. Because we have a Nezahal. So I feel like we can keep the Nezahal out. Nezahal, Primal Tide. Some of the coolest artwork in a Magic set in a very long time. Alright, so we're going to Hostage Taker this next turn. And then we're going to be able to cast it. For 2 mana. I'm gonna swing in there. We have this cast down. I mean, even if he swings in with the Vine Mare, like, I'm not too worried about it. If he casts a big creature, we can Essence Scatter. This deck has stolen so many Galtas. There's so many ways to get it from him, and yeah, it's pretty brutal. The 2 Elder Dinosaurs. Alright, so he's gonna take care of that. That's fine. Alright, so yeah, I just win here because I just turn all that shit back to his hand and then swing in. Okay. Good game, sir. That was fun. Alright. On to game 2. Alright, this one, I don't feel comfortable keeping it. We just don't have the answers. This one is terrible. If this was a land and this was a land, I would keep this. It still would be risky, but with the discovery, I'd keep it. We're gonna have to maul. Alright, land on top. So yeah, this is gonna be kind of rough here. I had 2 really bad opening hands. So it looks like he's got a Surveil. I'm excited to see the difference in builds. See how he's built it compared to how I have mine. Alright, so he's got stuff like Whisper Agent. Alright, well, it could have been a worse draw. At this point, we really want a land. Hopefully he casts a creature, we just Hornswoggle it. That's really rough. I mean, I can't risk... Well, no, because we have murder, so... Let's get that out there. If he plays a creature, or just murder it, unless he plays the hexproof guy. Alright. Well. So he knows I have a counter spell in hand. Alright, thank God. Just keep it going. Sigiled Sword of Valerian. Equipped creature gets +2/+0, has vigilance, and is a knight. Whenever it attacks, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance that's attacking. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to play the long game here. And yeah, we're gonna have to. I mean, he knew I had it. He knew I had it. I don't know why. Maybe he's got something better. He's got something better up his sleeve. But if he does, we're gonna murder it. Fine keeping the land, because then I can... Alright, this is good. That Mnemonic Betrayal is going to come in handy. We can mission briefing to counter whatever he's got. I think I just get this and we Hornswoggle. And then we can Mnemonic Betrayal here. Is that what we do, or do we just keep going? I think we just keep going, just make him discard the card in his hand. We have this, so let's Surveil too. Let's try and find some counter spells. We can pitch those. Perfect. Now we got a Syncopate up. I don't think that's going to do us too good, but we have it just in case, and we also have the Chemister's Insight in case we need to mess with that. So, yeah, right here, let's go ahead and... I'm going to discard the River's Rebuke. Okay, so now I think it's pretty much okay. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So we can cast a 6 costed creature in here. So I think we just go Dream Eater, right? How do you get those cool full art lands for your deck? Those full art lands actually aren't in there anymore. Because Amonkhet was taken out. So I think we could pitch that. We can pitch that. Pitch that. I want to keep Doom Whisperer on top. That's just a good answer. Pop that back into his hand. And if he plays a creature, we can always Tetzimoc as well. Ask his Contempt. Okay, we're gonna get Doom Whisperer out. Then we have Wizard's Retort up. Pay 2 life and Surveil. Cancel. Perfect. I think we just get Tetzimoc out there and just start winning. Love the animation for Betrayal. Yeah, dude, it's so cool. It's one of my favorite animations. Mnemonic Betrayal is so good. Alright. Yeah, I really enjoy this deck. If you're playing against mid-range decks, if you're playing against... Yeah, pretty much, I mean, mid-range decks, it's going to hurt them a lot. You can outplay any other control decks that pop up. I love it. Let's go ahead and open this pack, see what we get. Sacred Foundry. That means I have 4 of those. That's good. Didn't know I had 4 of them. Alright. I actually do like this because of the Sinister Sabotage and the Devious Cover-Up. I wish I was going first. Entrancing Melody and Mnemonic Betrayal we're not going to be playing right now. We might get lucky and play this somewhere, but I feel like we can keep this. If we come across an aggressive deck, this is gonna be kind of rough. Alright, so we got one of those life gain decks. Alright, Price of Fame is actually really good because he's gonna stick some early threats here. Lost life, put a +1. Okay, so we're still in a good spot. Hopefully he doesn't play anything too crazy here. If he goes, that's perfect. That is really good for us. We got Hornswoggle up so we can get a treasure off of it. Come on. Play a big creature. Wow. All right. So if he doesn't play anything here, we're just going to Price of Fame this Paladin of Atonement on his end step. Yeah, Hornswoggle that. Perfect. It was a great draw there. We'll just keep going until he's low on cards. We have answers for damn near everything he's got. Let's go and Sinister Sabotage this. Don't think we need a murder here. Doom Whisper is great. How much removal is he gonna run in here? I say we just wait on Doom Whisper. And Devious Cover-Up has been really impressive. Like, shuffling those cards back into your library has been extremely relevant in a lot of matchups. Let's do it. Sure, Benalia. Not too worried about that. It's Vampire Knight. Okay, we're in a good spot here. So I think I just want to get rid of his knights. One by one. Maybe you want to put a +1/+1. I'm just going to keep it up for blocks. There's no reason to rush right now. I want to do my best to get these knights off the battlefield. Get rid of that guy because he has a pretty relevant thing there. And Surveil. Okay, well, this is just beautiful. That Ritual of Soot there is pretty much all anybody could ask for. Destroy all creatures with converted mana cost 3 or less, and these are tokens, so 0. Alright. Perfect. What was that, 3-0? Where are we at? $3-0. Thank you, sir. Hey, Necro Waffle, make sure to sub to my channel. Alright, search for Azcanta. I like that. I wish this was a black source, but it's not, so we'll just have to deal with it. But I feel like search for Azcanta on turn 2. It's always something that's just great. Alright, perfect. Okay, so we've come across these aggressive decks before. They are pretty rough. So we're gonna drop this, and we really gotta keep our eye out for a Ritual of Soot. A Ritual of Soot is gonna win us this game, without a doubt. He's gonna swing in for 4 here. This dude has Mentor. That in the graveyard. Thought Erasure here. I really just want to Surveil one, so as much as I can dig. See if we can get any turn 3 plays. Seal away, Banefire. Don't like that guy, don't want that guy. I think we get rid of that turn 3 play. Get rid of Tetzimoc. Alright, so he didn't get the land he needed. Ritual of Soot. Let's go. Okay. So we're still hurting. We're still hurting, but I think we pop this Thief of Sanity up and just block. Just be on the defense right now. Shock. All right. Okay, this actually helps a lot. It's gonna gain us 2 life. Mate. Slow him down as much as possible. All right, just saying, we have answers. We have things we can do. It'll probably we can essence scatter whatever he plays. Hopefully he doesn't get a 3rd land here. And then we can activate Azcanta. Essence scatter that. Activate Azcanta. Cancel's not what we want, but we'll take it. That's not what we want. Alright, so we can cancel and search for Azcanta again, but this is that's our last turn if we don't do something here. Alright, man. Are you able to come back from this? Maybe. It really depends. I have counter spells. I have a couple turns. Being able to dig with Azcanta is really, really helpful. But it's rough here. So if he could, no, he can't shock. He already used the shock. Cast down is perfect. Cast down helps a lot. God, what burn spell could he have? He could have a lightning strike. He's waiting till I tap out because he could have a lightning strike here. So I'm going to use this right now, and I'm going to cast down right here. So we're in burn range right now, but we can pull this off. Like, seriously, we really can pull this off. If he has a lightning strike in hand, like I pretty much can't do anything because he has, yeah, I can't activate this because if I activate this, it'll cost 4 mana, which will only leave me 2 up. This is only 4 or greater, so then he uses lightning strike. That's why he's not casting a Johnny's Pride Mate. Okay, so now I have a negate, which is really good. But yeah, we essentially just have to keep going. And just wait until we get rid of all the cards in his hand. Like, this is very, very close. If we start gaining life, which I don't know how we gain life, actually. Okay, so that, and that. Oh, wait, no. Now we can look at the top here. Anything that gains us life, but... So he knows we have a Wizard's Retort in hand as well. Like, he knows it. There's just something you just have to be patient. He's thinking. He knows I have a Wizard's Retort, though. Oh, okay. That's what he's thinking about. So if I cast this... Oh, that puts me in a very precarious situation. I can cast this. Oh, I shouldn't have cast it. Oh, I shouldn't have cast that. I really shouldn't have cast that. He should really snap something off right here. Okay, the fact that he didn't snap something off right there is actually really good for me. So now he has Wizard's Lightning up as well. This is guaranteed a win. If I don't play around it. Like, I have to play around this Wizard's Lightning. He knows I have Wizard's Retort. Okay, so I think I play Wizard's Retort here because he doesn't know. He knows I have that. He doesn't know I have all these other counter spells. So I think he thinks he can just snap off a burn spell here. And he's good to go. Banefire for 2. Devious Cover Up. And I'm going to put all these counter spells back into my hand. Or not back into my hand, but back into my library, and then I can search for Azcanta. Nothing. So Thought Erasure. And then we have Negate and Spell Swindle up still. So we know exactly what he has here. So Seal Away, Lava Coil, those don't do any good. Luminous Bonds doesn't do any good. Wizard's Lightning is what will kill me. It's gone now. This goes in there. We don't need it. I honestly think we can come back from this. This dude has hexproof, so he can't really do anything. He needs some sort of burn spell here, but we can just... Yeah, so we're going to Spell Swindle this. So he could play... He could play Viashino Pyromancer. Oh man, if he has Via Sheared and Pyromancer, I'm done. I think that's it. I mean, not entirely, but... Woo! Never give up. You never give up. You play it through to the end. That is what happens. You play it all the way through to the end. For no. Let's go. Let's go. Feeling good about this deck. Yeah, it was pretty close, huh? See how like complicated it gets. He had me at 2. He had burn spells in his hand, a bunch, but it's not. You can't just snap them off like that. You have to. There's so much strategy on when to play your burn spells, and you know if I tap out, that's when he wants to play them. He did good. He held as much as possible. He would have been dead a lot sooner if he would have started snapping those off. It's all about timing with this game. All about timing. Alright. Let's do it. Let's go 5-0. Alright, Dimir Locket. There's just not enough early answers here. And they go first. I'm going to mull this. Let's try it out. Alright, a Negate. I doubt that they're going to be playing any sort of non-creatures. Well, they might, actually. This could really hurt us. We might have kept a terrible hand. Probably been better off to keep the first one. Alright, that's good. If we can keep getting those. Keep getting mana. Come on. Non-creature. Alright, we're actually in a pretty good place here. So I want to be careful because he could play a Vraska here. So I want to take this damage because a Vraska is going to hurt me. Alright. Just get rid of that, dude. Alright. So we have answers. It sucks we didn't get our land drop there, but we have answers to whatever he's going to play. Oh, wow. He's hurting. You don't want to cast that there. Like, you don't want to cast that there. Alright, now I have a Hornswoggle. If you cast a creature, this is going to be great. So I can Hornswoggle it and get that artifact. Alright. Swallow that. Okay, so there's the artifact token. Alright. Sweet. So yeah, I think we just keep playing it safe. I want to Spell Swindle here. If he plays like this guy would be really good. I'll let that resolve. That's not nice, buddy. Good game. Good game. Okay, so I can actually play my Doom Whisperer here. And I still have those 4 things up to be able to counter whatever he has. God, I got lucky with this. That was a terrible hand to keep. Yeah, I think it's worth it to keep that, but I'm gonna put all these back into my hand, or back into the yard there, or my library. So hopefully he doesn't have another kill spell or something like that. But yeah, let's shuffle these back in because those are just super valuable. No kill spells. No Vraska. For the love of God, no Vraska. Watch, it's going to be a Vraska. Just to surveil. Perfect. Wow. How about that? We really want some sort of... I feel comfortable just surveilling again until we get what we want off the top here. Damn. How much more do I want to go down, though? I mean, he has no cards in hand, so he's top. Jesus. I don't feel really comfortable going to 6. Alright, that's good. So do we Watcher in the Mist here? Or do we Essence Scatter? God, if he gets a Planeswalker off the top, it's going to be rough for me. If this is a Planeswalker, it's going to be so difficult. Alright, murder's fine. It's not the best. It's definitely not the worst. Nope. Perfect. Whatever he casts, we counter. We're good to go. 5-0. Alright. House Dimir for Singleton. I love this deck. It's so much fun. It's control-y. It has really fun cards that you can't really play in Standard. And it's great. Let's go ahead and see what we get for prizes. Disinformation Campaign. And Mending of Dominaria. Alright guys, well that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for joining in. Keep an eye out for the video I'll be doing on this deck. But anyways, this has been Boots with Snapkeep Arcade. Thanks for watching.